Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. In today's episode, we are going to talk to Mr. Shaukat Khan, who is the Liberal Party candidate from Surrey Wally. Today, we'll be talking to him as elections are just round the corner. On 24th, you'll be going and exercising your right to franchise. So, we'll be talking to him as to, during this past 1 month, the kind of issues he has heard from the people, what he stands for, and what he intends to do for you. Let's welcome Mr. Shaukat Khan. Mr. Shaukat, welcome to the program.
Thank you, PG. Good to
Thank
be on
you.
your program once again.
So सबसे पहले तो शौकत साहब बात करें फ्रॉम अ बैंकर टू पॉलिटिक्स, ये इंटरेस्ट कैसे आपका बना कि इस इलेक्शन में आप आगे आए हैं?
Harpreet ji, as you know, मैं काफी अरसे से I've been trying to give back to the community, actively involved, trying to do whatever we can, and this opportunity presented itself, and I thought it would be a great idea to take a leap of faith, because if I become an MLA, I can really give back to the community on a bigger level. तो ये मैंने सोच के अपना leap of faith लिया, and again the riding that I am representing and the riding I am trying to earn the right to represent the people has the issues which we really can make an impact in people's life.
So this has been a different kind of election because because of the pandemic, and it's not the way conventional election. So how have you been trying to reach the people, and what kind of response are you getting?
Harpreet ji, you very well said that COVID-19, very risky election that has been called. We still had time for the other government to finish up what they started 3.5 years ago. And this election should have never been called. All the parties were working together. COVID-19 since March, Dr. Bonnie Henry and the BCS have done a good job. And we were on the right path. And now people are being forced to go for elections as we are hitting the COVID-19 second wave. Just on the weekend, we had 500 cases. Yesterday, it was pretty close to 200 cases. So people have lost jobs. So just in COVID-19, in 7-8 months, 150,000 BCS have lost their jobs. People are getting sick. There are already existing people who are sick. Small businesses are in trouble. So instead of focusing on that, election has been called, and everybody knows that it's a power grab tactic, and people are responding to it. So hopefully we'll have most of the people, lots of people have already casted their votes through mail-in ballot. The last date for sending those mail-in ballots was on October 17th. And there are people who are going to show up to show their displeasure and cast their votes.
Right. So, Surrey Wally, tell us a little bit about the composition of this particular area and what are the issues that are being brought forward by the public?
Surrey Wally is, Harpreet ji, Surrey Wally is the riding which is very widespread. There are almost, if I remember my numbers correctly, 100,000 people who live there. Out of them, 41,000 approximately are registered voters. And unfortunately, since last 4 or 5 elections, only 17 or 17,000 or 18,000 people have been coming out to vote. So we are counting on people to come out and vote this time. And historically, it has been taken over by my respected colleague from NDP, and he has won that seat for 10 years, but no other change has happened, especially in last 10 years. If you look at the biggest problems of Surrey Wally, number first on top of the list is homelessness. Second one is the crime and addiction. And the third one is businesses who are in turmoil, they need help. So these are my top 3 priorities too, and I'm looking forward to earn the right to represent people and be their voice and help them out with taking care of these problems. On top of the list, homelessness. And again, there were 100 beds that have been created. And unfortunately, since COVID has happened, only 20 of them are in operation. So lots of people are out there on the street, and everybody is, no matter if residents, no matter small business, whoever I talk to, the first thing I hear from them is, Mr. Khan, I've been living here since 1982. I've been living here since 1986. You're the first person or candidate who has come to our door to introduce himself. So there seems to be a link that is missing between the people. So trying to bridge that gap and trying to work with the people to take care of the problems and reach out to resources and help that we need to clean up our city and have people feel safe.
Right.
Because as I'm going around, I see the metallic gates on the doors. I see the metallic gates around railings around their houses, which is a clear indication that people are not feeling safe residing in that area.
जी। तो आपने जो बात की कि आप लोगों तक रीच कर रहे हैं, उनके डोर्स पे जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि आम तौर के ऊपर तो हम देख रहे हैं कि डोर नॉकिंग इस समय ज़्यादा नहीं हो रही, लेकिन probably you are one of those few candidates who has been taking this traditional approach also even during this pandemic. So when you are going around, as you talked about the issues that are being brought forward to the by the people to you, if elected, how do you assure them that you will stand to it? Because there is one major issue: the credibility of the politicians is at stake now. From the countries from where we come from, of course, we do not believe in the politicians, what they say and what they do. It is the same kind of feeling which has been seen here also. Before the election, the politicians give big promises, but after election, if they get elected, it is absolutely a different story. And probably you will vouch for this also, because you are not an astute politician. So, how do you assure the public that what you are standing for now will be later on also?
So, PG, absolutely, I am trying to go around. 30 days are not enough to knock at each and every door. Very few houses that I get to see, we are taking the COVID precautions. We have got the mask on, we have the gloves on, we make sure that we keep 6 feet difference while we are talking to the people and small business owners. So, attempt is there to show my face because I'm the first time, and we are trying to make sure that we are not causing any harm. As far as your next point is concerned, there are so many things that BC Liberals have announced. They have announced that they have got an $8 billion infrastructure building plan. They have announced that there is a new bridge that's going to replace Massey Tunnel. They have announced that there will be 200 new police, mental, and health officials to take care of the issues that we are especially facing. They have announced that they are going to end the ICBC monopoly, not going to abolish ICBC. They are going to eliminate their monopoly. They have announced 0% PST for first 1 year, which is going to put $1,750 in the pocket of a family of four. They have announced 2% waiver of income tax. So all those great steps have been taken to bring the immediate relief to the people, because this liberal leadership believes that this is a warlike situation and we should be bringing relief to the people as they deserve. As far as I'm concerned, I want to be in a new face. I do not want to be a traditional politician who just shows up during the election campaign and never shows up. So
Ji.
I've got some plans where I will absolutely be in touch with people. During COVID, it would be online. I will be reaching out to them regularly. They can reach out to me regularly. After COVID, I will have a specific plan where on a monthly basis, I'll be available in residential areas if they want to talk to me face to face. I will be doing my rounds on the small businesses. As I'm hearing and going around there, yeah, we used to have a representative 15 years ago, 10 years ago, who used to show up in the area, but we don't see that anymore. And that's usually what happens when we keep on winning over and over again.
Health is a major issue all over Surrey. Health crisis in this form of emergencies where you have to wait for 6 to 8 hours. Emergency means that immediately you need to be looked upon, but that's a major thing which you might also have heard in your constituency. So, what is the plan of the Liberals when it comes to especially Surrey in the form of a hospital or providing better health services to the people?
So, Harpreet, our leader Andrew Wilkinson has already announced that he's absolutely on side of creating a new hospital. Other party has also announced as they're going to create the hospital, but it was just announced. I guess they already knew that they're going into the election, and we were not. But yeah, absolutely. And if you look at history of BC Liberals, they are the ones who know how to construct hospitals. They are the ones who have constructed a Guru Nanak wing in Surrey Hospital and spent more than $453 million on it. They are the ones who have constructed Jim Patterson Clinic, spent more than $253 million on it. They are the ones who have constructed Surrey Hospital, Langley Hospital, Abbotsford Hospital, and they will absolutely, and they are bought into the need of the time, which Surrey, 60,000 people migrate to BC every year, and majority of them, or most of them, and a considerable portion of it those immigrants is coming to Surrey. If you look at foreign students, a huge number of foreign students, which is great for us because they are the ones who are going to be our future residents, and they are going to be the one who are going to be future Canadians. A huge number of those foreign students live in and around Surrey. So absolutely, we do need the new hospital, and BC Liberal leadership is committed that they are going to construct the hospital, which would going to be better, bigger, and it would be art top of the art facilities would be there.
So, Shaukat Saab, once elected, what are those three major issues which you would start working on immediately? Because there are so many issues which people are facing right now during this pandemic, as you have mentioned some of those major issues. So, for you, what are those major three issues which you feel need to be addressed immediately?
Harpreet, the biggest issue I would focus on, and the moment people are going to give me the right to represent them, is homelessness. BC leader Andrew Wilkinson has already announced his housing affordability plan, where he has already allocated $1.7 billion, which are going to be used to construct the housing. That would be through BC Housing. And on top of that, he has also allocated $146 million, and that would be to upkeep, use to upkeep the houses that would be built. So that would be my biggest focus, because when I moving around, seeing in the constituency, it's very heartbroken to see what people are going through. They need immediate help. The second would be drug addiction and substance abuse. So both homelessness and drug addiction and substance abuse are intertwined. So they need to be taken care of. And hey, again, we have got resources, we have got facilities. There's somebody who need to represent that need to represent the constituents and bring them the hope that they need and bring them the support that they need. And again, with PST 7% waiver of PST and 2% of income tax waiver for small businesses, we are absolutely going to see an uplift in the economy.
Gee, what has been your experience so far? It's been about 3 to 4 weeks. You have been campaigning, meeting people from different backgrounds, different ethnic minorities, mainstream community. So, meeting people, listening to them, all have their concerns. What has been your experience about this?
The biggest, RPG, the biggest feedback I get is there is a disconnect between the leadership and the people. Most of the people don't even know who their representative is. And yes, absolutely, I want to be the person who's approachable. I want to be the person who's available. They know who their representative is. They know who they can reach out to. They don't have to wait for 2 months to talk to me. So I really want to be the people leader, to be very honest, where people can connect, people can reach out to. And it's not just to hear all the good things. Right now, there are not many good things to talk about. It's to talk about how we can rebuild our city, how we can re-clean our city. And
Right.
again, it will be consultative leadership and representation, which I am planning to use. This is what I'm planning to focus on.
Ji. Shaukat Saab, you have addressed a lot of issues, and we hope on 24th of October, people in large numbers come out and exercise their right to franchise, because this is a democratic right which we have got after a lot of struggle. Towards the end, why should the people, the voters of Surrey Valley, vote for Shaukat Khan? You have addressed some of the issues, but
RPG,
specifically, why should they
I
vote for you?
truly believe that people should come out and historically I've been only seeing 17,500 approximately people coming out of 41,000. So I'm sincerely hoping people are going to show up more to have their voice heard. And again, new face. This is the time Surrey Valley needs a new face, younger face, more diverse background. And again, somebody who has the energy, who has the will, and to work with the people and clean up. Again, 21 years in Canada, very blessed to be a Canadian citizen. I have worked with multicultural teams. I have worked in all the areas. I have also Singh for 3.5 years, and we have been actively involved in the homeless food drives, run drives, and with the local food banks. So I know the issues. I know the community overall. Everybody is very responsive whenever I get to connect with them. So hopefully we'll bring the leadership that is available and that is ready to work for them to take care of their riding.
Mr. Shaukat Khan, thank you very much for your time and best wishes for October 24th. Thank you.